Hello, my name is Maggie Thole, and I'm a consultant at Coral Health Advisors. And today I'll be walking you through the Rural Health Transformation Program, or RHTP, tracker. As many of you know, the Rural Health Transformation Program represents a historic investment in rural healthcare, with approximately $50 billion being distributed over 5 years across states to support healthcare transformation efforts. As states move from applications into implementation, activity is accelerating quickly, with procurement opportunities, implementation updates, funding announcements, webinars, FAQs, and other resources being released across many websites and communication channels. At Coral, we've been closely monitoring RHTP developments to support our clients and quickly realized that there wasn't a centralized place to track activity across states. The RHTP tracker was built to help solve that problem. The tracker provides a single location to monitor procurement opportunities, state implementation updates, funding announcements and timelines, and webinars, FAQs, and related state resources. Unlike many automated tracking tools, information is reviewed and curated by the Coral team before being incorporated into the tracker. The tracker is updated at least 2 times per week through site monitoring and manual review by the Coral team. Now let's take a look. The first thing users will see is the login page. Once you enter your credentials, you'll be directed into the tracker. The first time you enter the tracker, you'll be asked to set your preferences. This allows you to tailor the tracker experience based on the states and information most relevant to your organization. For this example, let's say my organization is most interested in monitoring activity in Colorado and New Mexico. I can also select the types of information I'd like to monitor. So for this example, I'm going to select all available categories so I can see the full range of activity occurring across the states. Once I save these preferences, the tracker will apply those selections to help surface relevant information. And now that I have chosen those preferences, I am then directed to the procurement tracking page. For returning users, this is also the page you'll see immediately after logging in. The procurement tracking page provides a centralized location to monitor RHTP related procurement opportunities across participating states. Rather than checking multiple procurement portals individually, users can quickly identify opportunities, review deadlines, and access supporting materials from a single place. Here I can see information such as the state, procurement title, opportunity summary, application or submission deadline, funding information when available, and links to the source materials. And because I selected Colorado and New Mexico in my preferences, I can more easily focus on procurement activity related to those states. So let's take this Administrative Services Organization RFP from New Mexico as an example. If I hit the down arrow, it then provides me with additional detail on the RFP, including the submission deadline, which has passed, the contract term, the requirements for eligible applicants, and the total funding potential, which we note here was not provided in the RFP. Additionally, down here on the bottom left, you can see this is a link to take you out to the actual application. In addition to procurement opportunities, users can also navigate over to the state tracking page. This page provides a broader view of RHTP implementation activity occurring across states. Here, users can monitor updates related to state implementation efforts, webinars, learning opportunities, state guidance, and other RHTP developments. So let's take this example from Colorado. It looks to be a vendor interest form that was an update. If I click the down arrow, it then provides me to a link that will take me out to this interest form. This page is designed to help organizations stay informed on what states are doing beyond formal procurement opportunities, including broader implementation activity and public-facing updates. In addition to the preferences I selected during setup, I can also apply filters directly on the pages. For example, I may want to narrow down to just seeing some upcoming webinars. So I can apply the type of information I'd like to see to be a webinar only, and then it filters that down to the 2 states I originally had my preferences on. But of course, you can always clear that selection and see all states. Additionally, you can choose to clear all selections you've had over here on the right-hand side, and this will show you everything that's been updated. However, if you'd like to take it back to the original preferences you chose, you can hit this Restore Preferences button right here, and here we are with my 2 states I chose, Colorado and New Mexico. Before we wrap up, I also want to point out the Preferences menu located on the upper right-hand corner. At any time, users can use this menu to update their original preferences. For example, if my organization begins monitoring additional states or wants to narrow down the types of updates we see, I can modify those preferences here. Additionally, users can also use this menu to change their account settings, including their password. That concludes this brief overview of the RHTP tracker. Our goal is simple: to make it easier for organizations to monitor rural health transformation program activity across states without spending time navigating many sites, procurement portals, newsletters, webinars, and other communication channels. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about the tracker. If you have any questions, would like additional information, or would like to discuss how the tracker may support your organization, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at info@coralhealthadvisors.com. Thank you, and we look forward to connecting with you.